Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, November 3rd, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 663 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. New Jersey gubernatorial race too close to call as Republican Jack Ciattarelli defies polls. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy speaks as race remains too close to call. Watch, Omarosa reveals Donald Trump was fascinated with looking at the KKK car by the Mississippi Civil Rights Museum the day she was fired. Feds seek tougher sentences for veterans who stormed Capitol. Jimmy Kimmel embarrasses QAnoners who waited hours for JFK Jr. World Series defeat could mark end of era for Astros. Lauren Boebert said she delivered one of her children in her truck, bringing it up as a supporting point against extended parental leave. Buffalo mayor declares write-in victory over socialist who beat him in Democratic primary. Michelle Wu speaks after AP predicts win in Boston mayoral race. Police say a woman stole $600,000 from her husband and tried to cover it up by convincing him that he had Alzheimer's. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Republican Winsome Sears projected to win Virginia's race for lieutenant governor, The Washington Post. I'm still numb. Atlanta wins first World Series title since 1995, shuts out Astros in Game 6, USA Today. Las Vegas Raiders release receiver Henry Ruggs III after he was charged with DUI following a crash that left one dead, CNN. NJ election 2021, NJ governor race still too close to call, Murphy, Ciattarelli waiting for all votes too, NJ.com. Cleo Smith, missing Australian girl found alive and well, Al Jazeera English. Windowless, billionaire designed UC Santa Barbara megadorm horrifies the internet, NBC News. Eric Adams is elected mayor of New York City, The New York Times. Republican Mike Carey wins 15th congressional district race, The Columbus Dispatch. Bruce Harrell takes commanding lead over Emelarina Gonzalez in Seattle's mayoral race, The Seattle Times. 7 things to know about Michelle Wu, Boston.com. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Jimmy Kimmel mocks QAnon nuts for their dumbest conspiracy theory yet. 4 takeaways from the Virginia governor's race. Democratic disaster, Glenn Youngkin wins Virginia governor's race and GOP clean sweep. Zillow ending home flipping business, will lay off 25% of staff. McDonald's CEO slammed for racist, ignorant text message about shooting deaths. Hammer and Atlanta Braves rout Houston Astros and win first World Series crown since 1995. Nom, infamous truck-eating bridge claims new victim despite changes. Sparks fly as Weird Al Yankovic drops new accordion cover song. Michelle Wu makes history as first woman and person of color elected Boston mayor. John Deere workers reject tentative deal, decide to remain on strike. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Juvenile allegedly shoots 56-year-old during dispute. Woman admits to shooting, killing her husband. Bicyclist attacked by neighbor. Mick Jagger out and about in Dallas. Father risks freedom to promote treatment for child. Rep, gang member shooting at any time of day. Worker dies after falling into asphalt silo. Mothers form friendship, seek reform after officers kill sons. Police seek 2 brothers in armed robbery. 2 shocked outside home airlifted to hospital. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Atlanta overcomes decades of frustration to win World Series. Glenn Youngkin defeats Terry McAuliffe in Virginia governor's race. Cleo Smith, 4, is found 18 days after she vanishes in Australia. New Jersey race remains too close to call. CDC panel clears Pfizer vaccine for children aged 5 to 11. Max Fried lost Game 2, then he pitched Atlanta to a title. The Jaws shoot was a drama, now it's a play. China's Peng Shuai makes Me Too allegations Anjali. Michelle Wu is elected mayor of Boston. The Virginia election shows why Democrats are in trouble. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Braves Max Fried on bounce-back outing in World Series, one of those dream-come-true moments. Braves Dansby Swanson on World Series win, no place that deserves it more than the city of Atlanta. Southwest pilot cited after allegedly fighting with flight attendant over masks at hotel. Freddie Freeman reflects on Braves World Series win, I'm lost for words. Youngkin congratulated by top Republicans, including Pence, Paul, Cotton, Haley. Slate of conservative candidates declare victory in hotly contested Denver suburb school board race. Ex-Chicago Alderman Edward Dalyak ordered to prison after pandemic delayed sentence. Critical race theory top factor for 25% of Virginia voters, while 72% called it important, Fox analysis. Kamala Harris prediction that Virginia result presages 2022 and 2024 comes back to bite Democrats. Virginia moms and dads say Youngkin victory a win for parental rights. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, November 3rd. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Republican Youngkin wins over Democrat McAuliffe in Virginia race. Cop-out, Biden leads the exodus of world leaders from Glasgow. Ghislaine Maxwell attended Andrew Cuomo's wedding to Kennedy Sion and slept with JFK Jr., report. Lady Gaga admits she never spoke to the real Patricia Gucci while preparing for House of Gucci. Almost a third of people wait 3 months before seeking help for pancreatic cancer, poll shows. Cleo Smith, shocked neighbors speak out after missing WA girl found alive inside a home. Alec Baldwin reposts Rust costume designer's tirade. Cleo Smith's mom breaks her silence just hours after her little girl is found in Carnarvon, WA. Cleo Smith, forensic psychologist reveals difficult psychological road ahead for Carnarvon girl. Christopher Stevens reviews last night's TV, I'm a Celebrity and Let's Go on a Jolly Hunt for Junk. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Avocado glut leaves Australian farmers crushed as prices hit quack bottom. Bangladesh's villages bear the brutal cost of climate change. Europe's deepening divide on gay rights. My name is Cleo, police weep upon rescuing Australian girl. A novel way to reduce emissions, China tries confiscating coal from households. French ambassador accuses Australia of deceit over submarine deal. COP26 Glasgow Climate Conference. Sabah Fakhri, Syrian tenor who helped preserve classical Arabic music, dies at 88. Biden unveils new rules to curb methane, a potent greenhouse gas, from oil and gas operations. Very few believe U.S. democracy sets a good example, global survey finds. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus news live. China COVID cases surge to a 3-month high. Netherlands brings back masks. It's absolutely insane, the shocking story of the US-based Nazi camp. Our generation's Emmett Till, what happened to Kendrick Johnson? Cleo Smith found, first pictures of smiling girl as Australian police detail moment of rescue. Hong Kong activist who tried to seek asylum at US consulate found guilty of secession. It wasn't just fancy world leaders and smug glossy fossil fuel parasites attending COP26 first dog on the moon. Terror watch, Earth's boring plate tectonics period. Jodie Comer, killing Eve should end on a high and not go on and on. COP26 has to be about keeping fossil fuels in the ground, all else is distraction. George Monbiot. The bikini line is still a no-no. Why does dance have a problem with body hair? The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Republican Glenn Youngkin projected to win Virginia governor's race. NFL star receiver charged with DUI in fatal car crash. Live, ABC News Live. Minneapolis voters reject charter amendment to replace police department. Kyle Rittenhouse trial begins, key takeaways from day one. Los Angeles County Sheriff won't enforce vaccine mandate. Yahoo pulls out of China amid challenging environment. Florida firefighter pleads guilty for role in Capitol riot. Watch, police chase ends with suspect diving into river. Watch, survivor pulled from rubble of collapsed building. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Glenn Youngkin, Republican set to win Virginia governor race, U.S. media. Cleo Smith, missing 4-year-old found alive in Australia. Minneapolis rejects move to replace police department. Australia jobs, the staffing issue is impossible. COVID, U.S. fully approves Pfizer vaccine for children over 5. Bosnian leader stokes fears of Balkan breakup. T20 World Cup, when Indian fans are jailed for celebrating Pakistan's win. Border closures threaten Hong Kong's financial hub status. COP26, Biden attacks China and Russia leaders for missing summit. 2 dead after 7-story fall at ABBA tribute concert. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Youngkin pledges to build a new day for Virginia. None opposes Texas religious policy at executions. Climate change, heat waves become more intense. Boston taps Democrat woo for city's top job. McAuliffe thanks supporters, offers no concession. Analysis, inside the Rittenhouse trial. Democrat Eric Adams elected New York City mayor. Push to disband Minneapolis police fails despite calls for reform after George Floyd death. Democrat Eric Adams elected New York City mayor, defeats long shot Curtis Sliva. Today in history for November 3rd. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. San Juan Capistrano apartment fire leaves 1 woman dead, 14 people displaced. LA County declares nasty smell in cars in a local emergency. City Council members propose dozens of changes to LA redistricting map. San Francisco cop charged with manslaughter after death of man he shot in 2017. Earthquake, 4.4 quake reported near Fortuna. Scientology accusers ask court for a trial, not a religious arbitration. The powerful legacy of General Jeff Page, West Coast hip-hop pioneer and mayor of Skid Row. When will LA County lift its mask mandate? Here's what needs to happen. 2 OC families get $2.5 million settlement over leaked Kobe Bryant crash photos. FBI floats a working theory on the jetpack man flying above LA. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. As teens left Facebook, company plan to lure 6-year-olds, documents show. Taliban have kill list of gay people in Afghanistan, NGO. Billionaire Bill Gates calls for green industrial revolution to stop climate change. You might as well bomb our islands, Palau president admonishes big emitters at COP26. Leaders of the G20, we are drowning and our only hope is the life ring you're holding, said Sir Angel Whips Jr., president of the Pacific Islands nation. You must act now, we must act together. Dutch reintroduce face masks as COVID-19 cases surge. Honeywell is turning low-grade plastic waste into high-quality oil. Facebook to shut down facial recognition system and delete face print data of 1 billion users. Unemployment rate in New Zealand plunges to 3.4%, matching record low in 2007. Latin American countries Panama, Ecuador, Colombia and Costa Rica join reserves to create vast marine protected area. First chips, now magnesium, car makers grapple with the next supply crisis. Australia refuses to join global pledge led by US and EU to cut methane emissions. Thailand legalizes kratom, a mild narcotic leaf. Ethiopia declares nationwide state of emergency, as the capital of Addis Ababa prepares for possible offensive. The next headlines are from Forbes. Glenn Youngkin wins Virginia governor's race, shifting state to GOP control. Michael Sewell says now is the perfect time to resurrect Dexter. Most Buffalo voters choose write-in candidates for mayor over Democratic hopeful. Anthony Tan drives regional super app grab ahead with fintech, other moves. Boston elects its first woman of color as mayor. Newsmax reporter claims COVID-19 vaccines have luciferase to track you. Virginia governor's race, Youngkin takes early lead over McAuliffe, but it's still too close to call. WWE NXT results, winners, news and notes on November 2nd, 2021. Minneapolis votes down proposal to replace its police department. Eric Adams elected New York City mayor. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Scientists, don't feed the doubt machine. Embrace open source sensors for local climate studies. All aboard the climate train, scientists join activists for COP26 trip. Water bear fossil and grizzly bear selfie. October's best science images. There is no silver bullet against climate change. From the archive. Color blindness, journals should enable imagery display. Tips for managing an industry move without your academic supervisor's support. Why scientists worldwide are watching UK COVID infections. Forngos, article processing charges zap conservation funds. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,742,183,654 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Netflix's Squid Game is boosting viewing of dystopian Japanese series Alice in Borderland. Republican Glenn Youngkin wins Virginia governor election. Netflix retains SVOD lead in Australia as Chaos sports streamer catches on, says analyst. The Bachelorette recap, Michelle Young opens up about being called the N-word. Eric Adams elected mayor of New York City. CDC approves COVID-19 vaccines for children ages 5 to 11. Bruce Springsteen negotiating to sell album catalog, publishing to Sony Music. Australian author Ralph de Heer shooting the mountain, Fandango launches sales at AFM exclusive. Michael Shannon, Emilia Clarke tub thump for Joseph McCarthy biopic at AFM exclusive. Taiwan's virtual AFM pavilion packed with breakout pics. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. The Atlanta Braves shut out the Astros 7-0 to become World Series champions. Michelle Wu is Boston's first female and first person of color elected mayor. Minneapolis voters reject a measure to replace the city's police department. Eric Adams elected as New York City's second black mayor. New Ronald Greene autopsy report discredits the police theory of fatal crash injuries. Democrats deal on prescription drugs with lower costs for seniors. Potential jurors come with strong opinions in racially charged Ahmaud Arbery killing. Dole salads have been recalled in 10 states due to a possible listeria risk. CDC recommends Pfizer's COVID vaccine for children ages 5 through 11. Someone desecrated a Torah at a George Washington University fraternity. The following headlines are from The Week. The big winners on election night were Nadies and Daves, again. Nonprofit connects women who lose their hair to cancer with free wigs. Socialist mayoral candidate projected to lose to write-in Democratic incumbent in Buffalo. New Jersey governor's race too close to call. Republican Glenn Youngkin projected winner in Virginia governor race. Atlanta Braves win 2021 World Series. Michelle Wu becomes first woman and Asian American elected mayor of Boston. Minneapolis rejects measure to replace police force. Austin rejects measure to expand police force. Alvin Bragg elected Manhattan District Attorney. Terry McAuliffe stresses to supporters there are still a lot of votes to count. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The People's Lawyer. Small plant, big polluter. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Could our universe be someone's chemistry project? Is the universe fine-tuned for life? Moons are planets too. Ingenuity back in action on Mars on its 14th flight. A mission to explore the methane lakes on Titan. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, November 3rd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Ceres at opposition in November. Probing the depths of Jupiter's storms. Pegasus the winged horse dominates autumn skies. November birthstone, the topaz. See the summer triangle in northern autumn. The next news is from Politico. Leaders confess climate sins at COP26. Shocker in New Jersey, governor's race in nail-biter. U.S. rejoins coalition pushing for 1.5 degrees Celsius goal at COP26. Democrats' nightmare, Republicans' resurgence, takeaways from a big election night. Progressives win big in Boston on an otherwise tough night for the left. Opinion Terry McAuliffe bets on voters hating Trump, turns out they dislike Democrats more. Opinion one lesson of Virginia, the culture war still works. Democratic primary for Hastings, Florida seat likely headed for recount. The voting official sues Trump, Giuliani, others over 2020 allegations. Adams declared winner of New York City mayor's race. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Tougher climate change disclosure laws under Labour. I have already been vaccinated. Dominic Thiem eyes off the Australian Open. Australia eyes more oil and gas fields as COP26 seeks fossil phase-out. CBA targets the young with monumental move into cryptocurrencies. Australia News Live, Cleo Smith found alive and well. Victoria records 941 new local COVID-19 cases, 8 deaths. NSW records 190 new cases, 4 deaths. COP26 Glasgow summit continues. Thousands still without power days after storm hit. We've got someone here that wants to speak to you. The call Ellie Smith received at 1 a.m. Round 1 draw revealed, NRL's 2 biggest stars set to collide in blockbuster opener. CBA's cryptocurrency app must carry a safety warning. Detective faces court accused of seeking details about internal investigation. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The moneyest, I rented a 3-bedroom apartment for $1,500 and charged my roommates $800 per room. I got a $100 cut each month. Was I wrong? The man who brought tiramisu to the masses has died. Is his legacy a sweet delight or a mess of a mealender? ByteDance founder Zhang Yiming steps down as chairman, reports. MarketWatch first take, Zillow thought it could rule the housing market. It was very wrong. Dow Jones Newswires, China's services activity maintains robust growth in October. Dow Jones Newswires, KakaoPay has volatile trading debut in South Korea after IPO. IPO report, Albert's IPO, 5 things to know about the eco-friendly shoe company before it goes public. IPO report, Albert's prices IPO at $15 a share, valuing company at $2.15 billion. Earnings results, Zillow to stop flipping homes for good as it stands to lose more than $550 million, will lay off a quarter of staff. Bed Bath & Beyond stock jumps 67% after online, in-store retail partnership with Kroger. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. UKIPO consultation on AI and IP, copyrights and patents, the National Law Review. Connected by Bamboo, Kyoto Shrine honors Thomas Edison. The Asahi Shimbun, breaking news, Japan News and Analysis, Asahi Shimbun. Identifying novelty in patent harvesting meetings Baker Hostetler, J.D. Supra. These triangle inventors have key roles with Bank of America, Triangle Business Journal. From Intel intern to inventor of the year, IEEE Spectrum. Identifying novelty in patent harvesting meetings, Lexology. Frontier holds online seminar with U.S. law firm Crowell & Mooring LLP, MarketScreener.com. Your USPTO, magic moment, its time had come, Inventor's Digest. The next headlines are from Quartz. Hollywood is rebuilding the Matrix film franchise as NFTs. Facebook facial recognition program is shutting down. Yahoo is the 3rd major U.S. tech platform to exit China in the past month. A Bollywood superstar's ongoing NFT auction has already attracted $500,000. Business class. Nudging the numbers. This is how the Federal Reserve will confront climate change. Brazil is failing to stop illegal logging of the Amazon. Watch, how to build a company culture that isn't office-centric. Supply chain help is on the way from the passenger airline business. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Nintendo killed emulation sites then released garbage N64 games for the Switch. UK schools normalizing biometric collection by using facial recognition for meal payments. TechDirt Podcast Episode 303, The Facebook Papers and the Media. The scale of content moderation is unfathomable. Latest moral panic, no, TikTok probably isn't giving teenage girls Tourette syndrome. Daily Deal, Treble Z2 Bluetooth 5.0 noise cancelling headphones. Netflix files anti-slap motion to dismiss lawsuit claiming one of its series caused a teen to commit suicide. The internet is not Facebook, regulating it as if it were will F-word things up. Publishers want to make e-books more expensive and harder to lend for libraries. Ron Wyden and Anna Eshu have questions. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Winsome Sears. Jorge Soler. MSNBC. Boston mayoral race. Freddie Freeman. CFP rankings. NJ election results. Eric Adams. Barcelona. Odell Beckham Jr. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. It's illegal, it's alien. Ronaldo bails Man UTD out again with superb late Champions League equalizer in Italy. Video. Biden blames Russia and OPEC for high oil and gas prices in U.S. Gun-loving ex-Marine Winsome Sears becomes Virginia's first black and female lieutenant governor, as Republicans sweep state race. U.S. Marines get dominated by British colleagues in desert exercise. UK media. I'd like to thank my base. Trump credits supporters with Youngkin's projected victory in Virginia, as Pence touts GOP comeback. Virginia elections. Fairfax County misses own reporting deadline as conservatives allege foul play. CNN, NBC and Decision Desk HQ forecast Republican Glenn Youngkin to win Virginia governor election. Syria claims Israel targeted area outside Damascus in missile strike resulting in material losses. State media. CDC approves Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for children aged 5-11. Southwest pilot placed on leave, could face charges after alleged assault on flight attendant during dispute over masks. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Iron ore future stumbles up $100 as China steel output slumps. German companies creating segregated canteens for vaccinated and unvaccinated. The most important battle for press freedom in our time. China rapidly expanding nuclear missile silo construction while demanding U.S. adopt no first use. FOIA CDC emails, our definition of vaccine is problematic. Elon Musk's mysterious tweet of Chinese poem about getting along has gone viral on Weibo. Is failure baked in the cake at Glasgow? Central Intelligence Agency chief in Moscow for high-level meeting, day after Putin condemned U.S. missile expansion in Europe. Dumb ideas never die. FOMC preview, we'll put $5 in the Atlanta Fed swear jar. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Great distress, Bangladesh bears brutal cost of climate crisis. China's premier warns of new downward pressures. ByteDance's billionaire founder steps down as chairman. As Avis surges 108%, hedge fund to mint billions. Republican Glenn Youngkin wins Virginia governor's race, U.S. media. Cleo Smith, missing Australian girl found alive and well. Ex-police captain Eric Adams elected New York City mayor. Israel launches missile attack near Syria's Damascus. Guatemalan police find 54 Haitian migrants in truck trailer. Meet Miss Almali, Australia urged to end refugee detentions. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Red flag law opponent Winsome Sears wins Virginia's lieutenant governor race. Fox News dead last as establishment media calls Virginia race for Republican Glenn Youngkin. Republicans rejoice over Ohio win, voters resoundingly rejected Democrats' socialist agenda. Axelrod, if I were in Dem leadership, I'd worry about Dems in swing districts reconsidering reconciliation bill. Buffalo mayor declares victory in write-in campaign against AOC-backed Democratic Socialist. George Floyd's Minneapolis votes no to abolish police despite Ilhan Omar's support. Terry McAuliffe refuses to concede election as Glenn Youngkin declared winner. It's a bloodbath, Democrats analyze Glenn Youngkin's election victory. Pink Curtain, 5 takeaways from Glenn Youngkin's victory in Virginia. Donald Trump, Glenn Youngkin win proves MAGA movement bigger and stronger than ever before. The next headlines are from UPI News. South Carolina lottery drawing comes up 7, record number of tickets win. Watch, coyote rescued from front grille of car in California. Watch, alligator walks off with golfer's bullet Mississippi cars. Overdue book returned to British Library after 50 years. Watch, police hunting for loose monkey spotted in Tokyo. Watch, herd of cows wandering loose through Hawaiian community. Watch, loose llama escapes again hours after capture. Electric plane crosses New Zealand's Cook Strait. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Amateurs claim to be on the verge of uncovering long-lost treasure hoard worth over $20 billion. New antibodies could slow down aging by destroying old cells with pioneering treatment. Genetic gold mine that could help crops survive global warming is unearthed in the desert. Watch sheep fill the streets of Madrid on annual migration of shepherds. Virgin births have been documented in rare bird population, the endangered California condor. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, November 3rd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Turkey, hackers allegedly used streaming platform Twitch to launder $10 M. An Oklahoma woman vanishes while searching for her missing son and his friend. Woman pooped her pants during marathon and ran with it in her shorts. Kim Jong-un coins Kim Jong-unism as new doctrine of North Korea. Squid Game COP26 protests call on leaders to stop playing games. QAnon believers gather in Dallas awaiting return of long-dead JFK Jr. White House reports large, naked, Scottish man taking photos of Joe Biden. Parents warned to look out for cannabis in Halloween candy. Round heads are all the rage in China, so some Chinese parents are putting their babies in pricey headgear to make their skulls rounder. Had I done Ancestry.com sooner, I could have gotten a kidney transplant 2 years earlier. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. There's something fishy about Facebook's pivot on facial recognition. Scientists may have found the first extragalactic planet. Can we talk to it? These 4 companies are trailblazing sustainable design, packaging, mobility, and logistics. This pop-up cabin is a huge step up over that cramped, little tent. Pocket Drum puts a virtual drum kit in your hands. It's even on sale at a pre-Black Friday price. 3 vital lessons I learned expanding our startup into new markets. Still no Apple Car, but will soon get Apple's car crash detection. Facebook whistleblower urges Zuck to step down. Good luck with that. You're just as good as a cybersecurity expert at spotting a phishing email. A weeny telescope past Saturn may be better than a beefy one close to Earth. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Artificial intelligence to detect colorectal cancer. An artificial material that can sense, adapt to its environment. Vast patches of glassy rock in Chilean desert likely created by ancient exploding comet. Unexpected antibody type found in people with malaria infections. Pinniped craniofacial musculature provides insight on its role in aquatic feeding. Energy efficiency instead of long-term storage. Towards self-restoring electronic devices with long DNA molecules. Potential strategy for fighting obesity. Researchers must assume responsibility for halting the global bee decline, experts urge. Quadricep muscle contracts differently after ACL reconstruction, may contribute to lingering weakness. The next headlines are from Information Week. Facebook shuts down facial recognition. Global Tech Policy Briefing for October 2021. Collaboration is key to defending operational technology. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, November 3rd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to provide coverage of Human Spaceflight Health Symposium. NASA to hold double asteroid redirection test launch preview briefing. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. 2 new West Side faces poised to join the Salt Lake City Council. Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley Power Jazz passed Sacramento 119-113. Councilwoman set to lead West Valley City while tight races emerge in Sandy, Midvale. Utah election roundup, Park City could be getting a new mayor. The triple team, brilliant backcourt of Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley Power Jazz to win over Kings. Against his old team, fun-loving Hassan Whiteside proves his value to the Utah Jazz. Election night tracker, new leadership in Davis County and Moab mayoral races. Braves bash Astros, win their first World Series title since 1995. What we know about when kids 5 to 11 can get the shot in Utah. Teachers frustrated by Utah lawmakers' proposal to let parents fit social studies lessons in advance. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. The most detailed map of cancer-causing industrial air pollution in the U.S. Zillow seeks to sell 7,000 homes for $2.8 billion after high-tech home flipping business fails. Nintendo to make 20% fewer Switch consoles due to chip crunch. U.S. charging infrastructure is outpacing forecasts, study finds. Zuckerberg's Meta endgame is monetizing all human behavior. Destructive cyber attack hits National Bank of Pakistan. As Earth warms, human history is melting away. Dropbox is adding folders that will automatically organize for you. Why Hyundai is the one to watch in the race for Fs. Nike files for virtual goods trademarks in shoes, apparel. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. You paid for it, City of St. Peter's taking homeowner to trial over too many sunflowers in front yard. Nelly celebrates birthday with performance in St. Louis. U.S. gives final clearance to COVID-19 shots for kids 5 to 11. St. Louis area organizations ask city, county officials for portion of pandemic relief funds. Fire destroys building that housed portion of Department of Social Services, State IT Division. St. Louis area school districts make plans to give COVID vaccine to 5 11-year-olds. Emotional send-off for slain Pontoon Beach police officer. Oh dear, AAA says it's the peak time of year for deer collisions. Wentzville robbery suspects flee to Crèvecoeur, abandoned vehicle at gas station. Child's mercury poisoning hospital visit relocates Wentzville families. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Let's keep going. Father-daughter duo team up to run NYC Marathon for charity. Plan to consolidate 2 Oceanside elementary schools rejected. Republican Glenn Youngkin wins election for governor in Virginia. Ex-nurse on Kaiser Permanente vaccine mandate, I truly believe in freedom. Ham Braves win first WS crown since 1995, rout Astros. Vargas rebukes man who made racist slur at county supervisors meeting. U.S. gives final clearance to COVID-19 shots for kids 5 to 11. The De Los Muertos celebration in San Diego County honors COVID victims. With November 8 looming, CBP lays out who can and cannot cross the border. North County mom, 4 kids evacuated from Afghanistan. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Fails to expand precision manufacturing in Australia. Latvian Army gets new armored wheeled vehicles from Patria. Pentagon voices concern over new buildup of Russian troops on Ukrainian border. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Yahoo shuts down remaining China services. ByteDance cuts working hours of China office, implements new schedule of 1075. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, November 3, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Car catches on fire following pursuit in Santa Rosa, 2 arrested. San Francisco health officials assure concerned parents that COVID vaccine is safe for kids. San Francisco School District releases plan to fix massive budget deficit. Neighbors frustrated after San Jose police did not respond to massive sideshow. Braves win first World Series title since 1995. California delegation goes to climate summit in Scotland without Newsom. 97% of San Francisco police officers report full vaccination. Oakland man shot in face while at home believed to be hate crime, husband says. Cleo Smith found alive 3 weeks after suspected abduction from Australian campsite. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Education fight a winning message in VA, but not everywhere. 2 top executives are out at tollway. Live updates, Youngkin fired up voters better, survey shows. Republican Youngkin wins Virginia governor's race. Ex-Barrington resident Michelle Wu is first woman, person of color to be elected Boston's mayor. Freeman fittingly pockets last out for Braves in WS clincher. Raiders released W.R. Henry Ruggs 3 after fatal Vegas crash. Kaprizov scores in overtime as Wild beat Senators 5-4. Itasca rejects Haymarket plans for addiction treatment center. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle 2021 general election results for mayor, city attorney, King County executive, more. Seattle to finish construction on missing link at Burke-Gilman Trail in 2023. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 35 km, in Tonga March 11, 2021, 3:19 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 110.65 km, in Chile March 11, 2021, 3:17 UTC, 4,740,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone 1-21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in China, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Iran. Drought is ongoing in Angola. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, November 3rd in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Hammering Braves win first World Series crown since 1995, rout Astros. Strong cold front brings messy weather later today. Las Vegas Raiders release wide receiver Henry Ruggs 3 after fiery crash that killed one. 2 Houston men and spring woman accused of burglarizing Tennessee McDonald's. Teague Middle School student stranded by bus driver, anything could have happened. Teen inmate with special needs killed by cellmate in Harris County Jail, family says. Hundreds remember teen killed at Halloween party. Heartbreak City, Astros aim to extend Atlanta sports suffering. Texas bars giving Mariah Carey's Christmas hit the silent treatment. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Taiwan reports 7 imported COVID-19 cases. Column, Brett Favre would be wise to pay up and shut up. Hamilton-Verstappen rivalry is F1's best duel in years. Mainers vote to halt $1 billion electric transmission line. Simmons elected Stamford mayor, defeating former MLB manager. Virginia Democrats, Republicans battling over House control. Republican Robson wins open seat on state Supreme Court. In Virginia, GOP finds new playbook, not easily replicated. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Election 2021, here are the results for other NYC races. Eric Adams becomes New York City's second black mayor. Extra extra, QAnon supporters disappointed JFK Jr. did not rise from the dead today. As trash piles up on Staten Island, residents blame de Blasio, not sanitation workers protesting vaccine mandate. NYS, NYC officials pledged to reduce maternal mortality, then the pandemic struck. Early edition, the supply chain meltdown has finally come for financial districts Preda Mangers. Hive updates, it's election night 2021, Sliva concede as more results come in. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Obtaining water, a daily battle in Argentina's impenetrable region. France, translating a Harlem Renaissance writer. UN chief extremely concerned by escalation of violence in Ethiopia. Guterres urges developed countries to deliver on climate pledge for vulnerable nations. Afghanistan, deadly hospital attack, UN ramps up aid delivery. Integrate water supplies and climate action, world leaders urge. COP26, the many links between food systems and climate change, message to Glasgow. 10 blue helmets injured during attack in Central African Republic. In Madagascar, pockets of famine as risks grow for children, warns WFP. COP26, more than 100 countries commit to halt and reverse deforestation by 2030. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Falsified data, Pfizer vaccine trial had major flaws, whistleblower tells peer-reviewed journal. Celtics or CIA, Gulenis tube star Enes Kanter rides both benches. Malfeasance behind the FDA vax okay for children. From Boeing to Mercedes, a U.S. worker rebellion swells over vaccine mandates. All-knowing, all-powerful central bank throws in the towel. The big tech Ministry of Truth clamping down on climate change denial. A Texas radio host given 3 life sentences for scamming his Christian listeners out of millions. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Maricopa County audit did not find 712,152 new Trump votes. Mario Batali to face April trial in sexual misconduct case. Disney World built part of Epcot on a sinkhole, and here's how it happened. Late innings equals late nights as World Series games lengthen. Does 2021 infrastructure bill include methane tax on cattle, pigs? Did Ben Carson win the Nobel Prize for creating brain supplements? Judge says Cobb's widow won't have to undergo mental exam. Luciferase is not an ingredient in COVID-19 vaccines. Return to sender, stolen Elvis bust is back in Illinois bar. Military weighs penalties for those who refuse COVID vaccine. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Answering questions about Beaglegate. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Democrats start knifing each other even before official Virginia defeat. Dear moderates, the left isn't why McAuliffe lost Virginia. Youngkin sends McAuliffe packing in Virginia stunner. Michelle Young is exactly what the Bachelorette needed. The wait is over, pediatric rollout to start after CDC boss finally okays Pfizer vax for kids ages 5 to 11. These satellite therapy devices helped cure my seasonal depression. Fear, myths, and complacency stand between kids and the end of the pandemic. Procrastinator-friendly last-minute gifts you can send instantly by email. Britney Spears' lawyer is gunning for Jamie Spears and the vultures on her payroll. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Republican Marine vet Winsome Sears projected to win the lieutenant gov race. LeBron James, Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook lead Lakers past Rockets. Devils blanked by Ducks and lose Dougie Hamilton to injury. Mayor-elect Eric Adams promises a City Hall reset at celeb-filled VIP party. Bail reform backlash spurs Republican Election Day red wave in Long Island. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Capturing the cosmos, how to be an astrophotographer. Astronomers confirm the Large Magellanic Cloud is a galactic cannibal. Sky this month November 2021. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Crew Dragon flight to space station delayed. New blood test may detect more than 50 types of cancer. New blood test can spot more than 50 types of cancer. Biden calls it a big mistake for China to opt out of climate summit. CDC panel recommends Pfizer's COVID vaccine for kids. Biden unveils global plan to combat climate crisis. COP26 pledge will see nations commit to end deforestation by 2030. White House in major push to cut methane emissions. On the road toward renewable energy, Japan is betting on hydrogen. Doctor discusses Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Westchester County Executive George Latimer declares victory. Democrat Caroline Simmons defeats former New York Mets manager Bobby Valentine to become mayor of Stamford. Glenn Youngkin wins Virginia governor's race, jolting Democrats. Murphy, Ciderelli in close fight for NJ governor's race. Incumbent Suffolk Tim Sweeney concedes to Republican opponent Ray Turney. Bobby Valentine loses tight mayoral race in Stamford, suggests some voted twice. Nassau County executive race leaning towards Republican Bruce Blakeman. NYC still counting all 5 ballot proposals amending state constitution. Queens GOP Chair Joan Ariola defeats Democratic challenger in key NYC council race. Republican David Carr wins Staten Island's District 54 NYC council. The following headlines are from military.com. As vaccine deadlines near, Navy and Marines grant few exemptions. New website and app seek to streamline Army's Exceptional Family Member Program. U.S. warship sail to Black Sea, drawing Russian ire. Fleet Forces Commander tapped to be Vice Chair of Joint Chiefs. U.S. Marines hit the beach in Israel as Central Command solidifies ties with longtime ally. Military's work on sexual assault might help with fighting extremists, report suggests. China accuses U.S. of lack of transparency over sub-accident. Taliban, blast target civilians outside Kabul hospital. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. FBI ordered Heather Mack to return to Chicago, not Los Angeles, following release from Bali prison, lawyer says. Off-duty cop fatally shot on Chicago's northwest side, according to authorities. Here's what to know about kids' COVID-19 vaccine in Illinois. Chicago Blackhawks have begun talks to reach a fair and equitable settlement with former prospect Kyle Beach, but each side had differing viewpoints. Man convicted of Gary woman's murder after 2019 rap concert in Tinley Park. Chaos tourist or selfless teen, Kyle Rittenhouse's murder trial begins with dueling portraits of the shooter. CPS test to stay pilot would reduce number of students in quarantine, CEO says. When will Illinois mask mandate end? COVID-19 cases are no longer dropping, leaving endgame uncertain. 7 takeaways from the first day of testimony in Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial. McDonald's CEO sparks controversy with text to Mayor Lightfoot saying parents of Adam Toledo, Jaslyn Adams failed those kids. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Major methane deal at climate summit, without China. Nobel-linked Swedish institute seeks distance from racist past. Rocky exoplanets are even stranger than we thought. Researchers quantify the role of the pandemic in the 2020 U.S. elections. Social motivation in voles differs by species and sex. Stable eyes blue phase crystals could lead to new optical technologies. A sequence change in a single protein allowed a tomato virus to become a global crop pandemic. Movement of plankton between tropical marine ecosystems drives sweet spots for fishing. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, November 3rd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How citizen scientists uncovered the strange behavior of vampire butterflies. Are some countries happier than others? Norse settlement changed wildfire patterns in Iceland. Polar Bear Week 2021, helping our most beloved Arctic mammals thrive. Ancient medical treatments still used today. How super are super senses? DNA sequencing identified new Gacy victim, nearly 50 years after killing. Should you try an at-home genetic test for COVID-19? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Asian shares mostly lower despite Dow's push over 36,000. In Iraq, election fraud claims fuel uncertainty, divisions. Braves GM Anthopoulos has COVID-19, misses series clincher. Philly dies from training injury at Santa Anita's fall meet. Miller scores in overtime, cannot rally to beat Ranger 3-2. Herdle scores 2 goals as short-handed Sharks beat Sabres 5-3. Sentencing set for New Orleans trumpeter in charity fraud. COVID-19 vaccine campaign expands to elementary-age children. LeBron, Westbrook propel Lakers past Rockets again, 119-117. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Hammer and Braves rout Astros to win first WS crown since 1995. Takeaways from Tuesday's elections, bad omens for Democrats. Critter Corner, what to expect in bringing home a dog. With COVID issues, record small crowd sees Sharks win again with several veterans out. Suspect in Pinole robberies arrested. Breaking, Raiders release Henry Ruggs after fatal crash, DUI charge. Few snags for Election Day voting amid scrutiny on process. Pokemon Go analysis, what to catch for the Festival of Lights event. College football playoff rankings, Oregon gets the spot it wanted ahead of Ohio State, now it must hold on. Man wounded, infant daughter hurt in West Oakland weekend gunfire. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Winsome Sears makes history as first African-American woman in Virginia to win statewide race. RNC predicts red wave with Republican Glenn Youngkin leading in Virginia gubernatorial election. Terry McAuliffe not backing out as he remains down in Virginia election. Minneapolis votes against replacing police with new agency. Far-left Democrats blame Joe Manchin, Kyrsten Sinema for Terry McAuliffe loss in Virginia. Anxiety high at Terry McAuliffe election night party. Donald Trump, my base drove Glenn Youngkin victory. Glenn Youngkin defeats Terry McAuliffe in Virginia. Alex Villanueva, Los Angeles County Sheriff, won't enforce vaccine mandate. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Texas admits its abortion law scheme puts all rights up for grabs. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Horoscope for Tuesday, November 3rd, 2021. It's gonna be a war if feds arrest Heather Mack when she returns to Chicago, attorney warns. Republicans leading Democrats in Virginia and New Jersey governor's races, and likely worrying Biden. Atlanta Braves win their first World Series since 1995. Off-duty police officer fatally shot in home near O'Hare. Boston mayoral winner Michelle Wu, raised in Barrington, ran tea house on Lincoln Avenue in Chicago. Let the junior jabs begin, U.S. gives final okay for kids 5-11 to get Pfizer vaccine. Reverend Jesse Jackson released from Washington, D.C., hospital after fall at Howard University. Defrocked priest, convicted child molester released from custody nearly a month ago. Mom of star athlete wants help finding son's killer, I never thought anyone would kill him over a pair of shoes. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Virat, Ravi, MSD not on same page, ex-cricketers slam Team India. Photos, Diwali celebrations begin with fervor. Assaw, India UK's ambitious global solar grid plan. Resolution in U.S. House to recognize significance of Diwali. New U.S. bill could increase H-1B filing fees. Karnataka, 240 COVID-recovered persons found infected by TB. Tips to take Diwali photographs from your smartphone. Apple cut iPad production for iPhone 13 sales. More Tamil Nadu students ace meet. T20WC, embattled India face dangerous AFG. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. U.S. Supreme Court hears challenge on Texas abortion ban. 5 musical truths. NFL trade deadline looms this afternoon as Watson continues to wait. The next headlines are about world records making news. Is this a soft plastic world record? Wire to fish, wire to fish. We almost broke the world record for most doubles while shooting Saraya Vanchi, says Rohit Shetty, Bollywood hungama. Watch, Italian farmer breaks Guinness World Record with the world's largest pumpkin, Kalinga TV. Insurance company sponsor Lisa Blair's world record attempt, My Sailing. Kyle Chalmers breaks down historic 44.84 100 free world record, swim swam. Phoenix senior citizens help break online bingo world record, Arizona's family. Flipping crazy, Hopkins native sets world backflip record at 62 inches, WZZM13.com. Canadian athlete sets new record for fastest beer mile, Vine pair. Hare Krishnan will not give up, breaks Guinness World Record of American. Leonid Stanislavski holds the Guinness World Record as the world's oldest tennis player. Latest lie. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. It turns out exercise isn't as likely to ruin your knees as you think. Zillow quits home flipping business, laying off 25% of its staff in the process. Sofia Boutella will lead Zack Snyder's not Star Wars sci-fi movie. R.I.P. Pixel 3. A common bacteria is killing more babies than we knew. Watch Candyman bring its eerie shadow puppets to life. Republican congressman ignores all that January 6th stuff to get in on Trump's new tech thing. Netflix now lets you play video games for some reason. Good Omens Season 2 reunites its cast, with a twist. In bizarre decision, the FEC says foreign donors can now throw money at U.S. ballot initiatives. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Tete in Mozambique at 110.66 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 71.32 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 57.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. CDC overwhelmingly recommends COVID vaccine for kids 5 to 11, updated. Hate broccoli and cauliflower, your microbiome might be partially to blame. Facebook to stop using facial recognition, delete data on over 1 billion people. New study suggests SARS-CoV-2 spreading widely within wild deer population. Netflix now comes with Android video games for paying subscribers. Starlink nightmare, moving service location a few feet delays orders until 2023. Firefox 94 for iOS and Android adds new features for bookmarks and tabs. Tesla recalls 11,706 vehicles over full self-driving beta software bug. EPA announces rules to slash methane leaks throughout oil and gas supply chain. U.S. charging infrastructure is outpacing forecasts, study finds. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Glenn Youngkin beats Terry McAuliffe to claim Virginia governorship, reports. Voting officials suffer 2 heart attacks in wake of Trump's wicked election fraud claims, lawsuit. Loser Trump mocked for gloating over Virginia results, look who's not demanding an audit. Pro-Trump extremist groups have melded, and Kyle Rittenhouse could become their new martyr, expert. Donald Trump may not be able to escape criminal charges in Georgia, here's why. Black cyclist brutally assaulted by slur-spewing suspect who said he was making people nervous, report. U.S. bishops steer clear of Biden and abortion attacks and draft communion document. GOP's Josh Hawley blocking Biden nominees over Afghanistan withdrawal, after he demanded Biden pull troops out. Trump pleads with judge to slow down January 6th probe, falsely claiming the FBI ruled out coordination. Revised voting rights bill named for John Lewis wins over one GOP senator. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Republican Glenn Youngkin wins Virginia governor race. Minneapolis votes to keep its police department. The legal war against Mother Jones keeps getting more intense. Facebook's metaverse is for rich people. Glenn Youngkin's campaign is about one racist thing. We are digging our own graves, world leaders' powerful words at COP26. Justices Kagan and Sotomayor weren't taking any BS at Scott's Texas abortion hearing. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Gaia announces ambassador program partnership with Demi Lovato, WFMZ Allentown. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb is not afraid of little green men, Boston Magazine. NASA wants a scale to help explain discoveries about alien life to the public, NPR. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Baby seals can modulate the pitch of their voice, much like humans do, ZME Science. Field Trip Health Ketamine Clinic is coming to Wynwood, Miami New Times. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Pentagon utilized UFOs in the nukes data collected by R. Hastings. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News8. All rights reserved.